We just don't ever think about the time of Advent or Christmas, whether you are a person of faith or no faith, or for the coming year, without hearing something about hope, peace, and joy. We started hearing about this when was it? The night after Thanksgiving Day, and it continues. For sure, we cannot turn on CNN or MSNBC or Fox or the evening news or open the morning paper without reports or stories about the challenges growing each day, it seems, in our cities, in Washington, D.C., in at least 2 of the 20-plus conflicts of war in Israel and Hamas, between Israel and Hamas, or in Ukraine, or Sudan, or Ethiopia, or Somalia, etc., etc. Or the political wars raging about the presidential elections coming up, or still the one from before. It does seem that the more we hear the word peace, the more we realize there is no peace to be had in the world of nation states or even in our own communities, or between battling parties in the political arena, or squabbles between neighbors, even in our own peace of mind. And so I have to ask, how is it with your peace of mind this morning? I'd love to walk out with the microphone and just hear you all talk to each other about that, but I'll move on. We love to sing the song, "Let There Be Peace on Earth," and we haven't sung it yet this morning, but we will. Why do we like this song? I've thought about this a lot. If for no other reason, it makes us feel good, it makes us feel warm, maybe even hopeful. We yearn for peace in all things, everywhere, and in small things right here in our own small part of the world, including under Charlotte's bed, where there is little room for any monsters. We yearn for the peaceful kingdom. I read to the kids in chapter 11 of the prophet Isaiah. The wolf shall live with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the lion and the fatling together, and the little child will lead them. The cow and the bear shall graze, their young shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. But Woody Allen sort of captures this when he says, I always like the lion will lie down with the lamb, but the lamb won't get much sleep. The kids helped us understand why that's the case. Indeed, just as there is no peace, sometimes there's no peace of mind. Not even for the lamb, especially for the lamb, for the defenseless, the weak, and the vulnerable. Just as we were getting ready to begin worship this morning, because our church is an open door during the week to those who don't have a place to live or who don't have a good meal served to them, a couple came looking for some food and a place to stay out of the rain. And Gerry, Princeton, and I talked to them, and they were distraught beyond the telling, but we didn't have any food to offer them. Very distraught. But we gave, against usually my better judgment, Gerry and I gave them some money and said, go find a McDonald's or someplace where it's warm and dry and have something to eat. This is why in Isaiah chapter 40, that the words of comfort and images of a God who will gather the lambs in God's arms moves us to feel a sense of peace. We love to hear the alto solo aria of Comfort, Comfort My People from Handel's Messiah. Makes us feel warm and at peace. Even more so, we love to sing, Let There Be Peace on Earth. But if you really pay attention to the lyrics, to the honest challenge of this song, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin in me. Not you, not you, not you, but in me. What would it be like if each one of us would really say that and sing that and really mean it? The beautiful song was created out of a personal search of both repentance and for peace of mind for the composer Jill Jackson. In an interview a long time ago, actually, on an NPR program, Humankind, Jackson shared her story. She says, when I attempted to end my life by suicide, this was in 1944, and I didn't succeed, Jill Jackson said, I knew for the first time the unconditional love which God is and was for me. You are totally loved, she says, totally accepted, just the way you are. And in that moment, I was not allowed to die, she says. And something happened to me, which is very difficult to explain. I had an eternal moment of truth in which I knew I was loved, and I knew I was here for a purpose. That realization was followed by years of exploring her spiritual life, her relationship with God. And Jackson discovered her love for writing and began writing songs with Cy Miller. The two of them married in 1949. In 1955, she wrote the lyrics to Let There Be Peace on Earth. And while her husband wrote the melody, the song was introduced at a California retreat to a group of young people who were from a wide variety of religious, ethnic, and socioeconomic backgrounds. The young people had come together for a week-long experience devoted to developing friendship and understanding through education and discussion and working together what peace could be like. The song's focus on peace and God made it easy to cross all of those many boundaries, said Jackson. Cy Miller, in speaking about the effects of the song, said, one summer evening in 1955, a group of 180 teenagers from all races and religions meeting at a workshop high in the California mountains, locked arms, formed a circle, and sang a song of peace. Then in all 50 states, at school graduations, at PTA meetings, at holiday gatherings, Veterans Day, Human Rights Day, the United Nations, the American Legion, the Baha'i gatherings, the Congress of Racial Equality, Maoris in New Zealand, and Zulus in Africa. The whole world was singing this song of peace. But there is still not the peace envisioned by Jackson and Miller, much less those 180 young people in the mountains retreat in California. I know as well as anyone that even with our best intentions, we can rob ourselves of this sense of peace when we hold on to guilt about something we've done to another person, or hold on to a grudge we have about something another person did. And that's at a very personal level, but it's so easy to magnify that to nation states and to organizations and even churches where there might not be peace. So one of the gifts of good news in Advent comes in our gospel lesson this morning, the gift of repentance. In Mark's gospel, John the Baptist is calling us to participate in what God is always desiring for us. Repentance, to turn around, to go the other way, to do something different in our lives. Letting go of those things that make it impossible for us to receive what God is always trying to give us, forgiveness and love. Repentance is not something that we demand of one another or that the church as an institution extracts from us. No, it is a wonderful grace-filled process of letting go of that which prevents us from experiencing the peace that was meant to be. Join us as Nathan plays the song and pick up. We don't have a slide with the words. Those fell out in my car in the wet street too. So listen to this and sing along if you remember the words. May it be so for you, and 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 for me this day, that there will be peace. Amen.